YouTube, it is I, your unfriendly neighborhood Skeletor. And today, I, Skeletor, will once again react to another 80s cartoon. This one's a special one, because this is the first time that I, Skeletor, had put out an actual poll on YouTube. In fact, I didn't even know you could. And as you recall, the 4 cartoons that I put on the poll was Gem and the Holograms, G.I. Joe, the Transformers, and Silverhawks. I watched that thing like a hawk. I was like, which is going to win? I had money on it. I was sweating. My bookies were like, Transformers better pull through. That's right, I put money on the Transformers. I really thought they were going to pull this one out. But alas, I, Skeletor, lost. G.I. Joe was the final winner in the end. Now, if you actually look at the poll, it will say that Transformers and G.I. Joe are tied. However, the determining factor for Skeletor was quite obvious. G.I. Joe had led several times during the course of the poll, whereas Transformers have never led at all. It had been just tied several times. And since I needed something to determine the winner, I decided that was an important factor. G.I. Joe had been winning several times, and Transformers, yes, at the end, caught up, but they never surpassed G.I. Joe, not even once. So that means today we are doing a G.I. Joe episode. And the episode that I, Skeletor, have decided to do was one called Excalibur. Now, I don't know anything about this episode. I know it had to do with a sword called Excalibur. And since I'm a big fan of swords, that's my big reason for choosing this episode. That's all. I like swords, for obvious reasons. Anyway, without further ado, let's watch this thing, shall we?
Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe is It's G.I. Joe against Cobra the enemy. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and...
That looks like a lot of fun! G.I. Joe is playing Destro Hot Potato. Destro Hot Potato. Fun for the whole family. Unless your family is Destro's family, then it's just an absolute embarrassment. I have no idea how Destro lived that moment down.
G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe!
G.I. Joe pumping their fists in the air, but it almost seems like, I'm gonna get you, Cobra.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Rock, Lord, rock's come alive. Rock, Lord, fighting to survive.
Rock Lords! You can tell at this point that the GoBots really did run out of ideas. They're like, what can we do? We're losing. I know. Let's make transforming rocks. Remember the pet rock? That went really well. Kids will just love to play with transforming rocks.
Living rock with strength and might, rising up to crash and fight. Rock, Lord, powerful living rock. You.
The powerful living rocks! Kids, whatever you do, don't throw rocks at your little sister. Not even if they transform.
Control their appearance, but no force in the universe can contain the power and the fury of Rock Lord.
The power and fury of rocks! Every time I looked at a rock, I knew that deep inside that harmless, inanimate object lived an angry, boiling monster just waiting to take over the world.
Rock Lord, powerful living rock. Each sold separately, new from Tonka.
New from Tonka. It always blows my mind when I find out that Tonka made these things. When I think Tonka, I think truck. Just like it always amazes me when I see that Coleco made the Cabbage Patch dolls. I'm like, what? Coleco? Coleco Vision? Coleco video games? And then Cabbage Patch dolls? It always blows my mind.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Well, Duke, we're only 15 miles from the coast of Britain and no Cobra.
I didn't know Grimlock was in this. That's definitely Grimlock's voice, is it not?
Cobra won't let us set up this new anti-Cobra radar system without a fight. Admiral, Hoagie's...
How does Cobra know you're setting up an anti-Cobra radar system? Maybe you need an anti-Cobra spying on your Cobra radar system.
It's at 2 o'clock. Come on, Shipwreck. Help get the Sky Strikers.
What the hell was Shipwreck just doing? Everyone else is working, and Shipwreck is the ugly women in the Penthouse magazine. Lonely Sailors edition.
Airborne, pronto.
Squash, 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 squash. Did that bird just say squash, squash, squash? Now, I know parrots. You kind of have to teach them the things that they say. So how the hell did that parrot learn squash, squash, squash? Either Shipwreck is deranged and decides to teach him squash, squash, squash for no reason that I can think of, or that someone else has been teaching him that, and Shipwreck is like, dear Penthouse Forum, my parrot has been saying things that I did not teach him. I don't know how to feel about this. Should I feel jealous? What do I do?
Yo, Joe!
Wait a minute. What are you doing, Duke? You can't take off without Goose. Look at that. He's got an empty seat. Don't those planes need a gunner?
Nothing prettier than a cobra in your crosshairs.
Did he just say nothing prettier than a cobra in your crotch hairs? That's just disturbing there, Flint. At least that's what I think I heard. I could be wrong. You guys missed. I thought you said you had him in your crosshairs. You missed him. If you had him in your crosshairs, how could you have missed? You clumsy imbecile. Oh, I see. Those were psych 'em out missiles. Let them think that they got away, only to screw them in the end. Psych to the max. That's right. I'm still saying it.
Watch it. There's a cobra at your back door. Thanks, Flint. I see him.
See? That wouldn't have happened if you had Goose with you. And why aren't they wearing a helmet? Are they supposed to have oxygen helmets up there? How is he handling the G-forces?
To become one with the universe, Joe. Oh, yeah?
Cobra must be really low on pilots. Why would you use your ninja as an ace pilot? Seems like an awful waste of your ninja. And I almost have expected that ship to shoot ninja stars instead of bullets.
Now you see me? Now you don't.
He learned that from Top Gun. Maverick taught him that trick.
Now I see you. Now I don't.
This is where Storm Shadow says, let's try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Let's get out of here while we still can!
Come back, you cowards! Fight!
Pull back, you cowards! Destro's just upset because now that he's left alone, he's at risk of being an unwitting ball in a G.I. Joe's game of catch.
Okay, Joes, back to the carrier. We've still got a job to do.
He said that as if warring with Cobra was like playtime. Hey guys, playtime is over. Let's go back. We have work to do, you know.
Destiny, I await thy bidding.
Storm Shadow knows you can eject, right? Everyone else seems to know how to eject in those planes? Or did you not pass that part of the course? Yes, keep pulling back on that lever. That'll help you eject. Ah, perfect water landing. Just as he planned it. Incidentally, this is how Johnny Depp met Amber Heard. What? So now he ejects? What did he eject before he landed under the water? What a fool! They taught him where the button was, just not when to press it. Yes, let's swim over to the creepy ghost lady. I see a creepy ghost lady in the water beckoning me. I don't care who you are. You get right the hell out of there. Look at this, a rusty medieval sword. That ought to help me in my fight against G.I. Joe. I'll take it. By the power of ninjadom, I have the power. Now he becomes Storm He-Man Shadow.
Excalibur.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
A fun factory! Let's have a Play-Doh party! Yeah! A shooting star!
A Play-Doh party? Count me out. I've never been invited to a Play-Doh party, and I never want to be invited to a Play-Doh party.
You can have a Play-Doh party anytime with the Play-Doh Fun Factory.
I made spaghetti!
I made spaghetti, because I'm going to work at an Italian restaurant when I'm older.
Here, make a hose! No,
No, it's not a hose. It's a deadly brain-sucking worm.
it's a snake! I want your spaghetti.
I can't put my finger on it, but there's something awfully perverted about this. Someone's hose in your spaghetti. A little too perverted for children, I would say. But maybe it's just me.
The spaghetti!
By yourself or with the gang, you can have a Play-Doh party.
You know that boy has no male friends, right? Not judging, I'm just saying. The boys invited him to play soccer. He said, nah. The girls asked me to participate in a Play-Doh party. Sorry. And that's how this kid started his own Play-Doh harem.
The Play-Doh Fun Factory toy comes with everything you see here.
Except for your dignity. Your dignity not included.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
I see your attack on the Joe carrier went well, Destro.
Yes, extremely well. It's pretty ill-advised anyway to attack an aircraft carrier. Attacking a floating airbase is never a good idea.
I won't be held accountable for the coward.
I won't be held accountable for my mistakes. How dare you? This is 2022, Cobra Commander. Don't you know? Destro's coming across as quite the snowflake.
Orders of your men, Cobra Commander.
Enough! What?
They're your men too, since you're in command of them, you moron.
While you stand here attempting to defend your stupidity, the new anti-Cobra radar system is about to be installed.
No anti-Cobra Ray. I still find that hilarious. I mean, it's pretty specific, don't you think? I mean, G.I. Joe could have just made an anti-terrorist attack radar detective system, but no, he had to go specifically for Cobra. Cobra admits a specific terrorist signal that this thing picks up. That's it.
If that happens, Cobra will never be able to launch a sneak attack
We'll never be able to launch a failed attack again.
on the British Isles again.
The radar system will be destroyed.
Yes, destroyed. It must be destroyed. Destroyed.
All right, Cobra Commander just became unhinged there. Destroyed! Destroyed! It must be destroyed! Someone bring in Cobra Commander's medication. His senility is creeping back.
This storm's got the weather boys baffled, Duke.
When I first heard that, I was like, did Grimlock learn how to transform into an aircraft carrier now? Me, Grimlock, no like being dinosaur anymore. Me, Grimlock, want to be human ship captain, like Jack Sparrow.
And dog till it breaks.
Everyone thinks Duke is looking out for Cobra. She's staring at that hot blonde chick in the ocean.
We'll be back to try to destroy this radar system.
What about using the hovercraft to get the radar system ashore?
It's worth the risk. Let's go for it.
It's worth the risk. What? That doesn't make a lick of sense. You're in a blasted floating fortress. We cannot risk having a radar in the most safest place we can possibly do. Let's dangle it precariously off the bow, put it on a vulnerable hovercraft, and take it to shore. That's a very bright move, Duke, you imbecile.
That's it. Push is clear.
Look at Flint doing all the dirty work. He's like, I get to poke the boat this time. The other guy's like, but Flint, that's kind of my job. Now I'm the boat poker guy this time. It's too hard of a job to rely on you for it. I can't trust just anyone to poke the boat with a stick. I'm just saying, Flint's rank is pretty much high enough that he shouldn't be having to poke boats. Great idea there, Storm Shadow. Keep that metallic sword pointed up in the air in the middle of a lightning storm. Storm Shadow really doesn't want to live anymore.
Hey, get a tarp on those crates!
Hey, you! Get down from those boxes! Our radar system isn't a jungle gym for you to play on! You morons!
If this awesome storm hits, it'll wash us back into the sea!
I'm so into this storm, it's totally awesome! Yes, if the town floods, that tarp ought to help, you fools! So now Excalibur is a lightsaber. Great, I like Excalibur even more now. He's like, damn it! I thought this was the radar system. Instead, what I got is a crate full of old E.T. video game cartridges.
The anti-Cobra radar system. The fates have smiled on me this day. One blow from Excalibur, the new Joe radar system will be useless.
Thank you for wasting your time explaining it to no one. You have to tell yourself the plan for some reason. And he completely missed the crate. Are you sure you're a ninja, Storm Shadow? You missed that huge box altogether and destroyed the statue. Wonderful.
Stop him! Did you see what he did with that sword?
Yes, he completely missed the box. Not very impressive.
The eye sees much, the mind fails to comprehend.
This is a great time for philosophizing, is it not?
You ever thought of going into the fortune cookie business?
He'd never make it. He's too long-winded. It would never hire him. What the hell was that? That's like a quintuple sow cow or something. He did like 5 flips in the air. He's in the wrong business. He should be in the Olympics with a jump like that.
Spirit, quick kick, cut him off! Cut him off? With that sword, he's gonna cut us off.
Yes, but you have guns. I think guns trump sword any day.
Hey, like you couldn't just disappear.
No, of course not. But, you did see him do like 5 backflips in the air to like 3 or 4 car lengths distance. Scaling a 3.5-foot wall is pretty much child's play to him. So let's just stare at that small wall in bafflement. They always give away the element of surprise by screaming.
Stop him!
It was also extremely nice of Storm Shadow to only cut the barrels of the gun of his enemies, and not their actual wrists, or heads for that matter. A very kind-hearted terrorist ninja.
Where'd they go?
Oh, I don't know. They were just straight ahead of you, peeling away extremely loudly on a motorcycle. I wonder where they could have gone.
Mother Night has swallowed them both.
Mother Night has swallowed your brain. More like it.
Okay, Storm Shadow, it's wipeout time!
Wah, wah. It's a good thing no one uses their weapons in a deadly manner in this cartoon. Everyone here would be dead 3 times over if they did. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. You never know.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
In the eerie world of deep, dark dungeons, mystery and magic seem real. There's good against evil with advanced...
Good against evil. Just so you know, ginger evil, blonde good.
Dungeons and Dragons action figures. War Duke, Kellic, Strongheart, and Bronze Dragon, each sold separately.
Beware, Strongheart.
I've said this before about War Duke, but I really feel his uniform is on layaway. He's only paid up to his helmet, his 1 sleeve, and 1 leg. He still has the rest of his uniform still pending. Times are tough, This high inflation affects us all.
We will cast an evil spell and steal the treasure. Well, evil is no match for good.
I really want to know how these toy companies really imagine kids playing with their toys. They must think that the production value of these kids' playtime is through the roof.
The treasure is safe.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action.
Merlin with non-arm bending action. Or is he come hug me wizard? Give me my hugs.
Each sold separately from LJN.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
See what I mean? These kind-hearted terrorists. Are you okay there, G.I. Joe?
The information you possess may prove invaluable to Cobra Commander.
He just grabbed him with one arm and put him under his arm like a football. How strong is Storm Shadow? I'm telling you, this guy must be superhuman. So while everyone else is running around trying to stop Storm Shadow, Duke is there finger painting. Finger painting is fun.
Duke, we can't find Footloose anywhere.
We've looked in every blockbuster from here to London. Footloose can't be found anywhere.
This storm is not natural.
Come on, Spirit, you don't really believe that, do you?
Come on, Spirit. Your native culture doesn't let you believe in spirituality?
Well, to believe it too, laddie. Name's Beamish. I come to talk about the sword. Excalibur it is.
Well, if some random drunken Irishman says so, now I completely believe it.
Like in King Arthur?
This be the home of the Lady of the Lake. Keep it.
Can someone explain to me what this guy's accent is? I'm Hamish, an Irish name. Hi there, laddie. I don't know if I'm Irish or if I'm Scottish. I'm a confused drunk wandering in from the pub. Can't remember if I'm Irish or Scottish. And we find out he's from New Jersey the whole time.
Of Excalibur.
Look, Beamish, is it? I appreciate the folklore,
But I can smell the booze from 2 feet away, and you still got beer nuts stuck to your beard.
Off while you may. Legend says that if Excalibur is taken from the lady, she will raise up her hand and drown the British Isles.
I know, because I'm married to her, and she's quite angry. First she was angry about Doctor Who being cancelled, and now they took Excalibur. My wife's been absolutely unbearable to be with. You don't want to incur her wrath. Aye, laddie, to the marks.
wow.
Wow! Oh my God! That Irish guy stepped slightly to the right out of the frame of the door. How did he do that? It's not like he ran outside to check to see where he was. It's an old drunken Irish trick to just step slightly to the left.
Look, before either of you two muttonheads start believing any of this superstition...
Yeah, I like you muttonheads. They really are muttonheads.
I want you to get out there and find Footloose, and don't...
Yes, I had a whole 80s movie night planned. I'll be damned if I'm going to have an 80s movie night without my favorite Kevin Bacon film. Now go out there and find Footloose. Give me a bootleg copy if you must.
Come back without him.
Stop!
Hey, Cobra Commander, I brought you a pet.
Shadow, I see the reports of your death were greatly exaggerated.
And as you can see, my loyal Storm Shadow, we were oh so torn up about it.
Brought you a gift, Cobra Commander. Important information. The G.I. Joe radar equipment was unloaded by hovercraft before the worst of the storm hit.
Too bad you'll never get to use that info, man.
Is there no end to Storm Shadow's incompetence? He brings in a G.I. Joe that's a prisoner and doesn't even tie him up. No need to tie him up. It should be perfectly safe to bring this guy in to see our commander. How the hell do you miss from that range there, Footloose?
Cobra junk.
Now I know why Cobra can't ever beat the G.I. Joes. They only have like 3 bullets in every one of their guns. We have zillions of troops, but we just can't afford to put bullets in all their guns.
Stop him!
Footloose went to the Prometheus school of running away from things. And also, Storm Shadow, there must have been better ways of stopping Footloose than possibly destroying a load-bearing pillar. Could have brought the whole thing down on you.
Get him out of here!
That sword, I must have it before Cobra Commander realizes its power.
What? The Cobra Commander is blind before Cobra Commander sees what it can do, which he just saw.
I feel the presence of our friend.
I think...
He feels the presence of his friend. Moments before, when he took off in a motorcycle that was screeching away loudly, he was like, the night must have taken him. My spirit energy wasn't working then. But now, my spirit energy can track him all the way down to a castle in the middle of nowhere.
I feel a fish swimming around in my shoe.
The dam's giving way.
Evacuate the
Goddamn.
village, then try and save the radar system.
Don't waste your time, laddie!
What the...
Nothing's gonna save us now except returning Excalibur to the...
Look at Captain Bringdown over here. Nothing's gonna save us now, so you better not even try it. Let the dam break and murder a bunch of people. What's important is that my wife gets her shiny heirloom back.
80 of the lake!
I may be crazy, but I'm beginning to believe him.
Yes, you're crazy. There's no reason to believe him at this point. You have not seen Excalibur, nor have you seen anything Excalibur can do. You just have a drunken Irishman spinning you yarns, distracting you from trying to rescue a bunch of people. I'm starting to believe this guy. Maybe the fumes from his drunk-infused breath is seeping into Duke's brain. Second-hand alcoholism.
Here, Flint, this'll warm you up. What is it, boy?
Is that a dog or a lion?
Cobra! Sound the alarm!
So they're trying to protect some radar system that's supposed to prevent Cobra from sneak attacks when all they needed was this dog. He seems more reliable than any radar system. Screw the radar system, just get a bunch of dogs. And do you really need a radar system when your enemy comes out screaming who they are? We're Cobra! That's not really a sneak attack.
Pull back!
We're taking you someplace safe till this storm blows over!
Duke thought that taking his radar system away from the aircraft carrier to that town was safe. And now he's taking the town away from that town to somewhere else to keep them safe. Just bring them to the aircraft carriers. That's your best bet at this point.
Kitty, I can't leave Queen Anne.
Don't you worry, honey. We'll find her.
This girl called her cat Queen Anne, but yet she has no British accent at all. It should have been more like, can you help me find me kitty? Instead, she sounds like she's from California.
Cobra launched a massive attack out of the moors. Our men pulled back from the battle platform.
We'll make us stand by the lake. We've got to
Look at that rugged masculine chin Duke is sporting there. You know you're a real man. It's when you got that big giant butt cheek just hanging off your face.
protect the town and the radar system.
Break out the ice and strike up the band, boys and girls.
When did Jack Nicholson arrive? Break out the band. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Party's about to begin.
Come on, blokes! Attack!
Wasn't that guy just flying a plane moments ago? I thought they were supposed to be specialists.
We got G.I. Joe trapped like rats!
Oh, Baroness, I forgot. Yet another girl I have the hots for. I would trade Evelyn for her any day. I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it's the accent.
They've got us pinned down! Double check the village! See that everyone's been evacuated!
Yes, we're only 2 guns shooting against an entire army. We can afford to lose one of us. Go check the village. I'll hold them out here by myself.
Yes, sir!
The pilot's like, dude, come on. Where's your mask? It's called social distancing, bro.
Blasted English weather. Ah, there it is. The sword. Excalibur.
The sword is beating 5 guys with guns. And of course, sword's gonna beat a gun if you actually don't try to shoot. Somehow I don't think G.I. Joe was trained properly on how to use a gun.
I'm sorry, my friend. I must have Excalibur. No.
And so I'll destroy it with a bazooka. I think bazooka trumps magical sword any day.
No matter what the cost.
No! What a bungling fool! I remember Destro being far more effective than this. When did Destro become the comic relief?
Evacuated to me, pal. What do you say we,
What do you say we go into one of these bars and get ourselves a pint? Screw this war.
Hey, it's a kitty. You gotta help the poor thing, Chuck.
Once again, the dog is far more effective than the soldiers. I'm telling you, we don't need radar system, just the dogs. And I'm not a dog person, so that's saying something.
Come to Uncle Mutt, kitty.
I'd love it if that cat just jumped on him and just started clawing the crap out of him. This show is nothing but a series of unfortunate events.
If we don't get some help soon, we're buying the farm.
Don't put in your order for a tractor just yet. Up there!
Good one, Duke. Duke is actually the funniest one of the show.
Well, looky what the storm blew in.
I was about to say, you guys have your aircraft carrier not that far away. It's not like you couldn't call for backup a long time ago. What took them so long?
Now this is what I call flying!
Is it just me or does everyone have too much fun engaging in war activities? Our men are in near-death situations. Woohoo! What fun!
Just like shooting fish in the rain barrel!
Quick! Retreat! We only have 2 bullets in these boats.
Thanks for the assist. We can handle it from here on out.
What? He just destroyed 2 ships. Don't need to secure the location. You destroyed 2 boats. Duke and I can handle it from here on in.
Joe!
This is like Civil War level military strategy. Run straight at each other. There's no way nobody dies in this episode.
Retreat! Here's a little something to remember us by!
Well, that was a dick move. Cobra seems to have a lot of rocket launchers, and yet they don't want to use any of them against the Joes.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Poor little pound puppies. They had no one to love them. Pound puppy, you were sad and lonely.
Poor pound puppies, they have no one to love them. Yes, let's go to the pound and adopt a fake puppy. While real puppies are getting put to sleep in pounds every day. But yes, let's rescue a fake puppy.
Pound puppy, you're my one and only puppy love.
Mothers are like, I like pound puppies better than real puppies, because they don't pee all over the house. Unless there was a pound puppy that actually peed. Picture, real pee time puppy, complete with rolled up newspaper so you can punish him. Bad pound puppy, I said. That's it, you're going back to the pound.
You can name them. That's Coco.
And for a few dollars more, send for a name tag, stickers, and owner's certificate.
For a few dollars more, we'll give you a whole bunch of crap that means nothing. Because you didn't truly own your puppy until we gave you the certificate of ownership. And for a few dollars more, we'll even give your pound puppy shots.
Pound puppy, you're my one and only puppy love.
From Tonka.
They were really going for realism, weren't they? These pound puppies come complete with fleas.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Junkyard.
Yet another animal that saves the day. So far, these animals have done more than the Joes have.
You all right, boy? Go, boy. Down.
Wow, he's got superhuman strength as well. I'll just toss a couple of tons worth of beans with one arm off my dog. No problem here. These guys all have superhuman strength, I think.
Boy, down. What's the matter, girlie? Oh, no.
Again, the cat sees things before the human. Radar system, my ass. Like he needed the cat to point out the giant tidal wave coming his way. What's that there, kitty? The cat's like, hey, Bozo, over there. You don't see or hear the big tidal wave coming our way?
Hold on, old buddy.
Well, they're dead. That tidal wave hit them at full force. No way they're surviving that.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a nice hot tub about now.
Yes, that's what you should be thinking about at this moment. People have been displaced, homes are ruined, lives have been lost, but Lady Jane can't live without her bubble bath, everyone. Talk about entitlement. It's called priorities.
You settle for a cold flood?
Well, she wanted a bath. She got one. I love it when good guys get their comeuppance.
Man, what a ride.
They're having way too much fun during all this tragedy. Trying to figure out who the villains are here. They're just having a ball during this entire time. I'm starting to think that the G.I. Joe team are a bunch of sadistic thrill seekers. Yeah, we saved the day. That's all well and good, but we're out for the thrills, really.
What a mess. Looks like our radar system's history.
That radar system was useless anyway. Should replace that radar system with a team of dogs and cats.
Who's worrying about that now? Mutt, organize it.
No use worrying about that now. It only cost taxpayers several $1 billion and needlessly turned a small London town into a war zone, endangering countless lives. Let's not worry about all that. Who's up for some ice cream? Where's the nearest Baskin Robbins? I can go for 31 flavors.
Clean up detail. Flint, come with me.
And hide. Let's go back to our tent and watch some 80's films.
We got some missing Joes to track down.
Can you see anything? Only 2 guards. Good. That'll make it easy for me to get in there and do a little recon.
Do a little recon? What the hell have you been doing this whole time? Building a fort on that tree? I thought this whole time you were doing recon. Now we were playing Parcheesi.
The higher the climb, the farther the fall.
Storm Shadow and Spirit should write a book together. A book with nothing but a bunch of inane platitudes. The Secret, Part 2. Well, Quick Kick is dead. There's no way he's surviving that fall. What? How soft is that ground? Unless that ground is made of jello, he should be dead.
My leg. What would the Duke do in a situation like this?
He probably would have worn shoes, is the first thing. Not gone around barefoot.
This called the nearest Indian, pilgrim.
It's called Native American. Call the nearest Indian. And then a guy from India comes from the other side. You rang? Sorry, wrong Indian. I meant Native American.
That ought to bring him. You hurt?
He was like 5 feet away. He was close enough for Spirit to have seen him fall. He was there waiting this whole time. I know he might have fallen to his death, but I have to sit here and wait for his bird call. These two are worse than Laurel and Hardy.
Legs busted.
Spirit went to the medical school for making things worse. It's broken. I'll fix it. Crack.
I guess you heard my owl call.
Owl call sounded more like wounded chicken call.
It actually did.
Set your leg now.
You sure you know what you're doing?
No, he doesn't.
Maybe we ought to get a second opinion. Hey, I can't believe this. It's a miracle.
What? So Spirit can heal with just a touch? What's he doing with G.I. Joe? With that kind of ability, he should be working in the medical profession. What a waste.
Oh, miracle. Ancient Indian medicine. I have healing power.
Not call a BS on this. This is one gigantic placebo effect, I'm sure. Quick's gonna spin around, and then his leg's gonna fall right off. You liar!
Yeah, dancing in the rain.
Next time I'll fix his brain.
Hey,
Now that was funny.
wait up.
I found a secret entrance.
It was here, behind the sign that said secret entrance.
What took you?
That's a good thing these Crimson Guard wear helmets. Great to protect them from God knows what. Definitely not punches.
Guys, so long. Get me out of here.
They walked right by Footloose and just sitting there. Hey, guys, I think you're looking for me. See, if they had a cat, they would have found Footloose right away.
Stand back. You guys know...
Why did a ninja star sound like a laser blast? And can I also mention just how ridiculous it is that a Kung Fu master has ninja stars? Ninja stars are Japanese, Kung Fu is Chinese. Can you at least get the stereotypes right? You fools.
Where you going? No problem.
I'm convinced that Cobra intentionally wants to miss. You'd have to intentionally want to miss to not be able to hit with that many guns.
That should hold him. Not for long. We gotta find a way out of here.
But first, I must redecorate. These curtains just must go. Ruining the feng shui of this entire room.
I need something to cut with.
Will this work?
And he pulls a doobie out of his forehead. What? Will this work? How will getting stoned cut that curtain? Or maybe it'll just make them believe that they have.
You don't happen to have a Mauler tank under your belt, do you? What are you doing?
If you finish that joint, maybe you'll believe that too.
Playing a long shot. This always works in the movies.
What? That's great that you penned your entire survival on something you saw in a film.
We're lost. It's gonna take a sign from above to get us out of these moors alive. Ask and ye shall receive. What do you know?
The Batman symbol. How did those two knuckleheads get lost anyway? Don't they have radios to signal where they are? They're not in like dense woods, for heaven's sakes. No compasses, nothing. Lucky thing they put that signal there.
Company.
Don't worry, they won't hit you. You could just stand there and they wouldn't hit you.
Now,
where was that jump before when you were chasing Storm Shadow? It would have come in handy.
the chance! The drawbridge is this way! You guys go ahead! I've got one throwing star left!
And I just must use it. Why? I'm a completionist. I must use it.
Hold him off as long as I can! Be careful! Or clever! Get him!
Get him! Shoot for his feet! He's not wearing any shoes! Didn't the ninja star come from the front? At least it seemed like it did. And he came from behind. I don't know. Maybe Quick Kick is a ninja. I don't know.
Now, if they just lower the drawbridge.
Wow! And Flint didn't even say open sesame.
We're on a roll! What else should we ask for?
A bulletproof hide!
This fool is going to start believing that he's psychic. He's going to quit G.I. Joe, start his own psychic side business. He's going to be the new Miss Cleo.
Where's Quick Kick?
There.
Even the mightiest oak must bend to the winds of fate. Oh, yeah.
I don't recall ninjas using katanas like this. Nah, it's quite a clumsy way of slicing. I'm just going to chop you in every stroke.
This!
Got to get help to him.
Once again, another animal. The bird stole the sword. I'm telling you, fire all the G.I. Joes and just hire nothing but animals. The animals have been far more efficient in this episode. Damn you, Spirit, you lied to me! The placebo wore off! Why?
This isn't my day.
I wonder, did the Lady of the Lake win that sword in the divorce?
This wouldn't be half as bad if this blasted rain had just stopped.
And the rain's going to stop, right? Yeah, of course. I actually kind of like this running gag with Flint. It's pretty funny.
Now all we need is for Lady J and the rest of the Joes to...
Joe! I'm telling you, by the end of this episode, Flint is going to have no choice but to believe that he's a psychic. And be like, damn it, I'm like a magical genie. I wish it and it comes. He's going to be preaching the law of attraction after this. I'm telling you guys, read The Secret.
Destro! This is all your fault!
Destro's been like no part of this at all, but he gets the blame anyway. It's all your fault, even though I did nothing to prevent any of this or even come up with a reasonable plan, but it's your fault. See, that's why us evil villains have henchmen like Destro. They're fools to take the blame when we fail. They're very integral to us supervillains.
Excalibur was almost mine!
What is your obsession with a stupid medieval sword? You have all this technology at your disposal, but I really need that old sword. Maybe it's an old sword collector. I don't know. It'll look good beside the Sword of Omens and He-Man's sword.
We not only lost the radar system...
and our dignity and respect globally, but at least I found Footloose, so I've got some good watching to do today.
Wrecking this whole town.
Hey, laddie!
Mr. Beamish.
Remember?
Hi, laddie! Watch, this guy comes out and he finally reveals that he's not Irish or Scottish at all. He's just a guy from New Jersey.
Remember, you can get another radar system, and the town can be...
Yes, you can get another radar system. All you have to do is ask the taxpayers for another couple of $1 billion. Why not? They're good for it.
Well, the important thing is, get rid of them nasties up at the castle. And you're...
I don't know who's the nasty one. They're the ones who destroy the entire town.
Return Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake.
Yes, hell hath no fury, like a Lady of the Lake's gone.
Queen Anne, you found her just like you promised.
How hard was it for somebody to pretend to be British? I mean, they could have found one voice actor to put on some horrible British accent. This little girl's from England. Hello, it's Queen Anne. Oh my God, why does my cat smell like wet dog? Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Maybe you're right, Mr. Beamish. Maybe we did a great deal here.
The girl's like, I'm not Mr. Beamish. Is there something wrong with your eyes?
After all.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Here's Sit and Spin from Kenner.
You can spin around, sit around, even carry it around. Let's go inside.
This toy does not seem like a good idea. The most vomit-inducing toy in existence here. Let's try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Sit and Spin.
Sit and spin. This toy is great training if you want a career in the media or politics.
And the indoor-outdoor take-along spinning toy.
Wow! You can spin like...
Mothers prefer outdoors. They can just hose the puke that way.
Sit and Spin. You put it together.
Usually they say your parents have to put it together. No, you do. Not your parents. Time for you to man up.
From Kenner's Discovery Time.
From Kenner. I wonder why that company failed after Star Wars.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. That was fun. It's been a long time since I watched a lot of these cartoons, and I have to admit, I'm falling in love with them all over again. But for different reasons this time. They're absolutely hilarious. G.I. Joe was actually a lot funnier than I remembered it to be, and quite self-aware as well. I mean, the animators and the creators knew for a fact that it was silly that they could shoot each other and never be allowed to hit one another, and they turned it into gags and jokes. And that joke with Flint was pretty hilarious. And to be honest, the action and animation were actually pretty good as well. And I really think that this cartoon does hold up, aside from some of the horrible stereotypes, like a kung fu artist throwing ninja stars. That could use a few adjustments there. But what did you think? Did you enjoy this? I certainly did. But anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Geniality. Until next time.